Today we're going to talk about the hypocrisy of men who sleep around with women. So, what do I mean by the hypocrisy of men who sleep around? If you are a guy, your future wife, how many sexual partners do you want her to have? How many sexual partners would you have wanted her to have in her life? Answer that question honestly. Most probably, if you're a masculine guy, you will be like, well, I kind of hope that she's a virgin, or that she has had very, very low sexual partners, or at least lower than me, preferably virgin, maybe one or two sexual partners. Why do you think like that? The reason why you think like that, because you inherently know that the more sexual partners she has had, she will be more likely to divorce you. She will be more likely to have bonding issues with you. She will be more likely to have mental instabilities, etc., etc., etc. This is exactly why you desire a woman with a low, what we call, notch count. That she hasn't had many different sexual partners, because it's going to create an issue for you. This is why men try to find girls that are younger than them normally, because in the hope that maybe she doesn't have that much experience with all of those things. Okay? And I understand and I agree. And as men of high value, we need to have a massively high standard of what we accept into our lives, including the women. Okay? Does that mean we never accept women that have had more than 10 sexual partners? Not necessarily, but if we could choose, and what we got to start with the guys that we have right now, and right now there are tons of virgins and there's tons of women who have low sexual partners. It doesn't mean that we completely give up on those that have had many sexual partners, but the fact of the matter is that is a difficult game. And it's not easy for everyone to go through that and rescue those women and take them out of their past, take them out of their burdens, lift those burdens off, get those secrets out on the table, and basically heal them. So in the beginning, we'll have to do, in some ways, what's easy. And what's easy is finding girls who have been raised by a father and a mother, who have had no issues. The parents are still together to this day. The girl most probably have not been to college, and she has basically, she's very young. She has had no sexual partners, or if she has had, it was a mishap. She regrets it with all of her heart because she wanted to save herself for marriage, or for her long-term committed partner. That's what you're looking for. And you are going to get it if you set your high standard high and you prepare for it and build wealth for it and become the man that you were designed to be for it. And also simply for yourself. Okay. Having said that, how many sexual partners do you want to have you personally? This is where the dissonance happens. This is where guys are like, man, I wish I could sleep around, and I am sleeping around. There's guys, who are like, yeah, I've had 5 sexual partners, or 10 sexual partners, and 15 sexual partners, and women don't really think it's a big deal, because they don't. They don't. Sometimes they actually want a guy that has had experience. However, what I say to you is that it is better if you develop experience theoretically, learn full ejaculation control, have practiced semen retention, developed a business, understood the woman, and then start courting girls, asking their fathers if you're allowed to court them, doing the old style, but doing it correctly and doing it in a way that the girl also chooses you. Then is the time for you to practice ejaculation control by yourself, not with other women, and then you get married, or then you create that long-term relationship, long-term committed relationship with the woman of your choice, and fulfill the practice or do the actual practice of ejaculation control in that marriage. Do you understand? Why am I talking about this like this? Because there are tons of guys out there who are sleeping around having 5 sexual partners, 10 sexual partners, 50 sexual partners, 100 different sexual partners, and those same guys are expecting girls to have 0, 1, or 2 sexual partners in order for them to accept them. And they have a ridiculously high standard compared to the standard that they had for themselves. One day my wife told me, you know what? If men chose to be virgins, all women would be virgins. If men had all set the standard that high, that we don't have sex outside of marriage, we don't have sex outside of a committed relationship, guess what? All women would have 0 sexual partners. Do you understand? It is us men that has created those high sexual partner counts in women. It is us that are making them mentally unstable. It is us that are making them less bonded with their future husbands. It is us that is making them less committed. It is us that is making them long for that sexual escapade they once had in their teenage years or in their college years, and then boring relationships that they have together with their husbands today. And horrible relationships, sexless marriages that they have today with their husbands. If they had all just simply been virgins and been able to bond with their future husbands, we would have been able to create more and more beautiful families. But right now what's happened because of feminism, and men are like, ooh, easy access to having sex, great. It is not great because we're destroying these women. Okay, I'm telling you this information right now because it's, if you are basically, I'm on semen retention and I'm also building my business. I'm doing what Joseph says on the Men of High Value channel. And, I have sex with different partners once in a while, because I'm a guy. I need to have sex, No, you do not. You can save yourself. You can live celibately for a few years. Maybe even it only takes you 6 months. Maybe it takes you 1 year. Maybe it takes you 5 years. It doesn't freaking matter. Because the point I'm making is that women would be virgins if we together, as a brotherhood of men on planet Earth, chose to remain virgins until we were in a committed long-term relationship. Women wouldn't have sex outside of those long-term committed relationships. Yeah, but Joseph, if we don't have sex with them, there are players out there who will have sex with them. That's not our problem, because those girls suddenly don't apply to us anymore. They've gone that path. Our job is to hurry the frick up and get our lives in order so that we can rescue the ones that have not been broken. To rescue those that still have their virginities intact. To rescue those girls that still have their emotional bubble not burst yet, okay? To get those girls who actually believe that sex equals love. We want women to feel that way. We want to have women bond to us amazingly, and especially because you've got the money, you've got the business, and you've got full ejaculation control, which makes her bond with you even more. If you're practicing ejaculation control and having sex with young women who have had very few sexual partners, you're doing them a massive disservice. And it is time that we start practicing the correct principles and begin to help women and rescue them out of their future misery. And we do that by living a high standard life for ourselves first, get our lives in order, semen retention, building a business, leading a team, until we've got the passive income necessary for us to sustain an amazing marriage or long-term committed relationship with the women of our choice, and then have the amazing children, creating the next generation of leadership who understand women, who are able to retain women, and who are able to help them to develop and explore and understand their femininity. Femininity, guys. I made I'm biased, but I made a fantastic video yesterday about femininity and the history of masculinity in women on the Girls of High Value channel. If you have not subscribed to the Girls of High Value channel, even though you're a guy, it's important that you understand what they're learning, and it is important for you to understand these concepts of masculinity and femininity. Men of High Value channel and the Girls of High Value channel go together. I would rather men understand both channels and what is being taught on both channels, and for women to stick to their Girls of High Value channel, because they don't need to listen about semen retention, they don't need to listen about business, they don't need to listen to all that stuff. Okay, it's better for them if they just understand and learn about what it takes to be a feminine woman and preparing themselves for you guys. Do you understand what I'm trying to do here? This is a matchmaking thing I'm trying to do. Over time, there's gonna be tons, thousands of women, tens of thousands of women, hundreds of thousands of women on the Girls of High Value channel. I'm preparing them, okay, for you, so that you guys can create amazing relationships and eventually create the families that you so desire the more masculine you become. The more masculine you are, the more you want a feminine woman. The more you want a feminine woman, the more you'll desire kids together, because you're gonna create children in your image. Amazing, beautiful. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Let's create that joy for this entire human family and the world. I'll see you guys tomorrow.